Hello, I'm Paddy Madden here again in Rathmore National School here in County Kildare. I'm here with Des Marta and the fourth class here with their teacher, Miss Jennifer Broe, and we're investigating the beautiful diverse hedgerow here which surrounds the school grounds. So what are the advantages, I wonder, of having a hedgerow around a field, school or garden boundary? Well, it's a home for many, many creatures, mammals, birds, pollinators and invertebrates. And it provides food too for man and many creatures. It has aesthetic value. It is useful for providing, for example, willows, hazel and ash, which are made into products. It protects crops from the wind. That's what it does. And it provides shelter too for farm animals and acts as a corridor for wildlife. Creatures go up and down it. Bats go on top along it looking for midges in the summer. Foxes run up and down it. Hedgehogs go up and down the bottom of it. Mice, wood mice, pygmy shrews. So it's a corridor. It's kind of like a road for them. So a typical hedgerow then, it has 4 layers, which and the ground layer then has all the rotting leaves on it. You can see them here. Plenty of rotting leaves at this time of year. And here they're being eaten by wood lice, for example, and millipedes, earthworms, and decomposed by bacteria and fungi down there on the ground layer, imagine. So the field layer then is just above that. There's nothing in that at the moment because it's too shaded. But in the spring it will be bluebells and primroses, violets will light the bright sunshine and before the leaves come on the trees and shade out the hedgerow again. And this layer is very attractive to pollinators. You can imagine all those flowers with all the pollen and nectar in them. So, and then the shrub layer is what we're looking at here. And this is the shrub layer, and it has a hawthorn here on it. I can see the wild rose over there on it. And we have hazel here on it. This is the shrub layer. We kind of blackthorn on it, honeysuckle and holly as well. An elder is growing on it, all full of berries. It's attractive to pollinators in the summer when these are all in flower. And then in the autumn, of course, it's attractive to birds and mammals here for eating the fruits such as blackberries, elderberries and nuts. And of course, we're attracted to that layer in the autumn too, aren't we, with our blackberries. And up there is the tree layer up on the top, where trees such as the rowan, ash and oak and willow, they all flourish up there on the tree layer. And this layer attracts birds and squirrels and insects as well. So now with you children, we are going shortly to explore the different layers. We have magnifiers here, look, like this one, and in them we have wood lice, millipedes and centipedes which live in the ground layer. When we start our little exploration of the hedgerow, you can have a peep in them, hold it by the handles like this and just look in with one eye here and you can see the creatures in it. If you want to see under them, look in there. Is that okay? And then on their clipboards, we'll just take away that stick, they will be collecting specimens of leaves like this one here from Will's clipboard here, and Will is going to tear off a little piece of that paper there, will you? Little bit of the sticky tape, and stick the hazel there. Will, see what Will is doing now, really press on it, because if you don't press on the sticky tape it'll dry up and you'll lose the leaf. And then we're going to write the name under Miss Broe. You might hold up the name there for them. If everybody here can spell hazel, I'm sure. Can they? Yeah. But in case you don't, that's how you spell it. And you don't have to write it down till we start. And we'll write the Irish for it as well, which is coll, C-O-L-L, equal to coll. So we'll write the Irish for it because hazel has been growing in Ireland for 10,000 years. See? Coll. So any questions before we start? Well? Sorry, Tessa.
Do any nuts grow on the hazel tree?
Oh yes, the hazelnuts. Now some people are allergic to them, believe it or not. But squirrels love them, don't they? And humans love them too. The hazelnuts grow on the hazel tree. Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone another question? That was a good question. Yes, Isla.
Are hazel trees evergreen?
It's an evergreen. I never heard. Oh, it's not evergreen. It's a deciduous tree, isn't it? What does deciduous mean?
Like goes brown?
They lose their leaves. So yes, the hazel is shortly going to lose its leaves, I'm afraid. Look, they're getting brown, some of them. So it's a deciduous tree. What is it?
Deciduous.
A tree. That's Will's board there. Any other good questions? Yes, Adam.
Do you have a rough estimate on how much types of trees there would be here?
Here, I would say we have at least 10 different trees, different species of trees around these grounds. Wonderful altogether. So you can imagine all these creatures that live in them. For example, the best tree for insects and invertebrates is the oak. 284 insect species live on the oak. Imagine, 284. That's a lot of insect species. And you do have an oak. Any more questions here from Tessa?
What time does hazel tree bloom?
Yes, it actually blooms in the spring with catkins. These are kind of flowers that hang down, and they're full of the male ones are full of pollen, and if the pollen gets onto the female one, it turns into a nut. But it's in the spring, you'll see them hanging down. Beautiful sight to see hazel catkins. And Oliver?
What species of bugs live on the hazel tree?
Which?
What species of bugs live on the hazel tree?
Well, the bug, there's only one bug type we have on it, and that would be the green flies. A bug is an insect that sucks juice from plants. So it would be aphids or green flies. And we have a question from Kate.
Are any nuts grow on the hazel tree?
Yes, some hazel trees produce loads of nuts, and some not so much, funnily enough. Any more questions from Amelia?
When you said the catkins tree, the male one would, if the pollen went on the female, it would turn into a nut. How would that work?
That's a very good question. It's not bees that bring the pollen. It's usually bees bring pollen from one flower to the other. It's actually the wind. So the hazel catkins hang down and the wind blows the pollen. That's what. And Fia Breed?
If you just plant a hazel tree, how long would it take for it
to get into fruit? Or to take at least 5 years, I'd say. Yeah, before you get the fruit on it. Joseph?
Do trees have cells like humans, or do they have some other organization?
Do they have cells?
Yeah.
Yeah, trees are made up of cells like you and me. Hundreds and hundreds of cells.
Instead of something else?
Pardon?
So they're made up of cells instead of something else. Interesting.
Oh, yes. Okay, I think we'll leave it at that questions and we'll go and explore the hedgerow. Did you have a question, Maximilian?
Yeah. Don't some trees have blood?
Blood?
Yeah.
Well, there's a tree called the alder, and if you cut it, the sap does look like blood. You're right, but it's not blood. But it looks like it. It's red. Yeah. Okay, we'll start our exploration now of the hedgerow.